Good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter Human Health and Disease. And the topic is acquired immunity. Acquired immunity. Before going to start, first revise our previous class content. That in previous class we have already discussed about the innate immunity. There are two type of immunity which are generated by human against the viruses, against the attack of viruses, bacteria and any other kind of the pathogen. Now innate immunity is consists of four types of barriers. That's it. Physical barriers. Physical barrier only constitute the skin, mucous epithelial membrane which are present in the GIT or gastrointestinal tract, or also said to be they are also present in oral cavity, nasal cavity or urogenital tract. All these opening is surrounded by the mucous epithelial membrane, and the mucus secreted by the mucus glands present in the epithelial membrane. So they restrict the bacteria or viruses. If any bacteria or viruses is enter into these cavity or opening, finally these mucosal layers secrete mucus to stick that bacteria or viruses, so that they prevent the entry of these bacteria or viruses inside the body or organ system. So the first barrier works through the skin or mucosal mucous epithelial membrane. Now beside these, physiological barriers are also present, that are the acids in stomach, saliva, tears in eyes. All these prevents the microbe attack, bacterial attack or any of the pathogen attack on our body. So they prevent the entry of these pathogen into our body by because these acids have the antimicrobial agent. Also due to the low pH destroy the membrane of any type of pathogen. Now after these, some of the cellular barriers are also present. For example, these cellular barriers are monocytes, macrophages or natural killer cells, T lymphocytes. All these help in the preventing the entry of bacteria. Now some cytokines are also present, or said to be cytokine barriers, that chemical, actually a signaling molecule which are produced by infected cell, or by if any cell is infected by virus or infected by bacteria, they produce a specific signaling molecule. These signaling molecules formed by the protein, or these signaling molecules are known as interleukin or interferon. Interferon mostly secreted by the viral infected cell. If any infection cause in the, or viral infection cause in the macrophages or any of the cells, they produce signals to alert the other cell. So or also provide signals so that they are infected by the particular specific virus, or they are the signals which are produced by the viral infected cells, that are interferon. They are specific. There are so many type of interferon or interleukin, depend on the type of infection or type of viral attack on a particular cell. Now all these four kinds of barrier are present in innate immunity, that is present at the time of birth. But they are not a specific type of immunity created by the innate immunity. Non-specific, that means there is no changes in our skin according to the bacterial attack, according to the viral attack. There is no changes in the acid according to bacterial attack or viral attack. There is no change occur in the tear according to the attack. So that's why they are non-specific. But if we talk about the acquired immunity, these acquired immunity is acquired through environment, through the bacteria or viral attack. So at what type of bacteria, or virus will attack on that person, it is depend upon the type of bacteria, type of virus. So that's why this acquired immunity is a specific type of immunity. Specific type of immunity. Specific type of immunity, that means if any bacteria or virus attack, for that immunity the particular antibodies, because in acquired immunity, that is antibody mediated immunity or cell mediated immunity, we will discuss later. Now this acquired type of immunity mediated by antibody or mediated by cell, these cells or antibodies are specific, so specific that which type of viral will attack, it depend on the formation of these lymphocytes only form that type of antibodies for binding with the specific type of antigen. So that's why these are the specific type of immunity, and that mediated by the antibody and cell. But the response which are generated during the acquired immunity, the first response during first encounter with bacteria or virus, with encounter with any type of pathogen, any type of pathogen, any types of pathogens. So the first response generate, or also said to be primary response, generated by the acquired immunity. Primary response generated by acquired immunity. Acquired immunity. The primary response generated by the acquired immunity. But what happened during the second encounter with similar pathogen? So if second encounter, but the primary response when the occur during the first encounter with any specific pathogen, the primary response will always in low intensity, because the memory B cell do not have the memory or knowledge about the bacteria or pathogen, because they are first enter in our body. During the first time they also destroy or make some harm into our body, or also they destroy some of our cell or affect the organ system in our body due to the low intensity, because they do not know what type of toxins produced by that pathogen, because they are firstly encountered by that type of specific bacteria or viruses. So the immunity which are generated during the first response is low intensity, or primary response is response have low intensity, or due to the low intensity, finally the some of the organ or some of the organ cells destroyed by the first encounter with bacteria or viruses. But during the due to the entering of these bacteria or viruses, because they have the specific surrounding of toxins over the cell wall, over the cell membrane, or which function as antigen, or during the primary response, the memory created in the B cell. That memory is the bacteria which enter during the first encounter is formed by which type of toxins, is formed by which type of protein actually, or which type of antigen present over this type of bacteria or viruses. For this they already prepare they previously prepare for antibodies for the this type of bacteria after the primary response, after the first encounter. Whenever the second encounter done by the same bacteria or pathogen, so same bacteria or pathogen, because our memory B cells already created the memory of or knowledge of, have the knowledge of type of bacteria, type of virus, similar virus, and type of proteins which are present on their cell wall, cell membrane, so that, or protein coat, so that they already identified that type of bacteria, or they trigger rapid immune response. Rapid immune response. That type of immunity is known as anamnestic immunity, because of the rapid response of the antibodies or B lymphocytes, because they have already know about the type of antigen present over the cell membrane of bacteria or protein coat of viruses during the first encounter, or the knowledge were stored in the memory B cells. So because of these, whenever the second encounter done by the same bacteria or viruses, our memory B cells identified that bacteria or viruses, know that these bacteria or viruses previously encountered us during before 1 year, before 3 months. So they easily identified them, or they trigger the rapid immune response. That means rapid formation of antibodies takes place by the B lymphocytes. That type of immunity is known as secondary response, which are done during the second encounter. So during second encounter with same bacteria, same pathogens, during second encounter with same pathogen, trigger the rapid or generates rapid or anamnestic immune response. Immune response, or also said to be secondary response. Secondary response. Secondary response. So secondary response are generated, responses generated by the second encounter with same bacteria. So, or the secondary response done by the B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. Sorry. Now these two lymphocytes mediate the acquired immunity, or the acquired immunity generated by the B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. Or they are the naming of B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte only depends on the site of maturation. That means B lymphocytes get mature into the bone marrow, and T lymphocyte mature in the thymus. Mature, that means their training, also said to be fighting against the disease. Fighting against the disease done in the bone marrow. In B lymphocyte done their training in bone marrow, and T lymphocyte done their training in, also said to be in the thymus. Now The acquired immunity mediated by two types of cell or lymphocyte, two types of lymphocytes. These two type of lymphocytes are B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. The maturation of B lymphocytes done in the bone marrow. That means these lymphocytes mature in bone marrow, and these lymphocytes mature in thymus gland. Thymus gland is an endocrine gland which is situated over the heart. So they also help in the endocrine hormone that participate in the maturation of T lymphocyte secreted by the thymus gland, that is thymosin, or so that the T lymphocytes are able to mature in the thymus gland. So but the formation of these two lymphocytes occur in the bone marrow, but they undergoes in differentiation and maturation in the different organ of our body. That means the B lymphocyte formed by the bone marrow, stem cell of bone marrow, these are also formed by the stem cell of bone marrow, but undergoes in maturation in bone marrow. In B lymphocytes mature in bone marrow, but T lymphocyte mature in the thymus gland which is situated over the heart. Now the thymus gland is also an endocrine gland which secretes thymosin hormone, helping the differentiation and the maturation of T lymphocytes so that they are able to do their work. Now if we talk about the function of B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes, two types of immunity mediated by the B lymphocyte and T lymphocytes. B lymphocyte mediated the humoral immunity because they form the antibodies or humoral antibodies, humoral immunity mediated by the antibodies. So that's why the B lymphocytes participate in the humoral immunity, and T lymphocytes mediate the cell mediated immunity, or also they help B lymphocyte for the formation of specific antibodies. So B lymphocytes produce antibodies. And T lymphocytes help B lymphocytes for the formation of specific antibodies. Now let us discuss about the formation, how they get formed. The B lymphocytes and T lymphocyte get formed in the bone marrow, how they differentiated, undergoes in differentiation, formation and followed by differentiation inside the bone marrow. And other than these cells, some of the monocytes and monocyte and mast cell also trigger the immune response. Monocytes, macrophages, natural killer cell, and polymorpho like pneumonia cell, all these cells take part in the generation of immunity, that is humoral immunity and cell mediated immunity. Humoral immunity done by the antibodies or mediated by antibodies, while the while the T lymphocyte mediate and other cells of immunity, WBCs, or also said to be the other cells of monocytes, other cells like monocytes, macrophages, natural killer cells, all these help in generation of cell mediated immunity. Now in next class we will discuss about what is the humoral and the cell mediated immunity, but in this class I am going to discuss about the how they get formed inside the bone marrow, or at which cell, by which cell they get differentiate or form inside the bone marrow. Have ability to generate any type of cell, that is they are totipotents in nature. That means they form any type of cell. The cell stem cell also present in umbilical cord. You know that umbilical cord is also stored for the formation of any type of organ, because the stem cell have the umbilical cord have the stem cell, or that have ability or have the totipotent ability, so that they can differentiate any type of cell. They can proliferate into any type of cell organ. That means the liver can also be formed, the kidney, liver, lungs, heart also formed by the same stem cell. So the stem cell which is present inside the bone marrow, have the ability to generate or proliferate the different type of cells. So here is stem cell. Now stem cell undergoes in differentiation to form the myeloid progenitors and lymphoid progenitors. Progenitor and the two types of cells are present, differentiated by the stem cell, that is lymphoid progenitors. So there are two type of cells get formed by the myeloid progenitor and lymphoid progenitors. So here is that are differentiated by the stem cell. From the lymphoid progenitors, there is they undergoes in differentiation or proliferation to form the megakaryocytes, these are megakaryocytes. Then erythroblast formed by the myeloid progenitor, and then myeloid from myeloid precursor also get formed by the undergoes in differentiation to form the different type of cell. That means neutrophils, there is formation of neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, and these are the cells are formed by example. And from the erythroblast, RBCs get formed. From the erythroblast, megakaryocytes form the another type of cell, that is known as platelets. These are the platelets. These are the biconcave in structure. Now these are platelets. Now all these cells formed by the megakaryocyte, platelets, myeloid progenitor undergoes in the differentiation to form the megakaryocytes, erythroblast, myeloid precursor. Myeloid precursor undergoes in the differentiation to form the neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, and monocytes. Monocytes undergoes again in differentiation to form the two type of cells, that is macrophages, which is also we know in their function is known under the cellular barrier. So macrophages, they are phagocytotic in nature. Now monocytes undergoes in differentiation to form the another type of immune cell, that is mast cell, that generate the allergic response. Now these are the cells which are differentiated or proliferated by the myeloid precursor. That myeloid precursor formed by myeloid progenitor. That myeloid progenitor formed by the stem cell. Now lymphoid progenitor produce three type of cell. B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, and natural killer cell. So these are produced by the B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. Some of the dendritic cell also produced by the monocytes or as well as the lymphoid progenitor. All these type of cell produced by the stem cell. When the bone stem cell which is present inside the bone marrow undergoes in differentiation or proliferation to form the two type of progenitors, these myeloid and lymphoid progenitor. Myeloid progenitor undergoes in differentiation to form the megakaryocytes, erythroblast, and myeloid precursor. From the megakaryocytes, platelets get formed. These are the platelets. From the erythroblast, RBCs get formed, or myeloid precursor undergoes in differentiation to form the these are the form of white blood cells. These are neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, monocytes. And monocytes then after undergoes in maturation and differentiation to form the macrophages and mast cell. Macrophages are all these cells are the phagocytotic in nature. Now lymphoid precursor undergoes in differentiation and proliferation to form the B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B and natural killer cells. Natural killer cells also are phagocytotic in nature. Now dendritic cell also get differentiated from the monocyte. Here is dendritic cell. Lymphoid progenitor also. So all these cells get differentiated and formed by the stem cells, or these stem cells undergoes in differentiation because they are totipotent in nature. They can form any type of cell. These are formed by the myeloid precursor and myeloid. They form myeloid progenitor and lymphoid progenitor. From the myeloid progenitor, all these cells, the platelets get formed. Erythroblast undergoes in the formation of RBCs. Erythroblast actually have the nucleus, but when they undergoes in maturation, they lack the nucleus. That means nucleus is totally degenerated in the RBCs. Now the cells which are formed by the myeloid precursor have more than one nucleus. Also said to be nucleus are present in the lobule form. Now monocytes these are the form of WBCs, neutrophils, eosinophils. Neutrophils also phagocytotic in nature. Eosinophils and basophils, they actually generate the allergic response, also generated by eosinophils, also help in the immunity. And basophils, monocytes undergoes in differentiation to form or maturation to form the macrophages and mast cell. Macrophages are phagocytotic in nature and mast cell generate the allergic response. That means secreted by the mast cell, or IgE also created by the mast cell. Now lymphoid progenitors undergoes in differentiation to form the B lymphocyte. They are formed inside the bone marrow, but they eventually the B lymphocyte get maturated in bone marrow, and T lymphocyte transfer into the thymus for the proliferation, because they have ability to transfer in any side, but bone marrow do not have such kind of ability. So T lymphocyte help in the generation of antibodies because they have ability to transfer at the they can transfer at this infection site, or B lymphocyte do not have such type of ability. So due to the T lymphocyte actually they also mediate or guide the function of the B lymphocyte. Now natural killer cell have the some enzymes or help, or also they are phagocytotic in nature. Dendritic cell also produced by the lymphocyte progenitor. So here is the overall about the immune cells that mediates the immunity, cell mediated immunity and humoral immunity both. In next class we will discuss about the type of immunity. Now in this class we discuss about the acquired immunity that is acquired through the environment. Here is the overall about the acquired immunity. I hope you like this video. So thank you for listening and watching me, and keep listening and watching me.